Well, guys, a few days ago was the third anniversary of January 6th. One thing has become very, very clear, that there was no insurrection at the U.S. Capitol. Now, of course, the left, they're going to tell you that it was a violent insurrection. The left is still lying about police officers dying on January 6th. Not the case. The only person that died on January 6th was Ashley Babbitt, a Trump supporter who was actually shot by the Capitol Police. And that Capitol Police officer right now has still not been charged with anything, even though Ashley Babbitt's family has now sued the government for $30 million. Now, guys, I do believe that this was all a setup. And the topic of this video here should really open up your eyes if you were really doubting that this was a setup. The setup was to really arrest Trump supporters and try to put the blame on Donald Trump. I did a video a few days back where Tucker and actually interviewed a House rep. And he said he believed it was something like at least 200 feds in the crowd and inside the building dressed up as Trump supporters. Folks, we're about to get into this video here, the rest of this video here, and everything that you believe about January 6th, it being a setup, pretty much now has been confirmed, because the top dog in January 6th, a lot of people had questions about him. This man just got his sentence, and you're going to be stunned by what it was. So we're going to be diving into that in this video, guys. First, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member. Memberships just start at $5 per month. We have our member live stream every single Friday. If you're watching on Rumble, make sure you guys hit that join button to get the same access. Look at this, guys. Ray Epps. Ray Epps was actually the man that people had a lot of questions about. The mainstream media was protecting this man. But on camera, he said, we need to go into the Capitol. He was directing people to go to the Capitol. A lot of people believe that this man was a Fed. And if that's the case, that is entrapment right there. A lot of people went to prison. Jacob Chansley went to prison. And I believe he was sentenced to something like 4 years or something like that. But he did like, what, a year or 2 years in prison? Ray Epps, the mainstream media's darling, who they tried to protect. This man was on camera saying, we need to go into the Capitol. This man only got 1 year probation and a $500 fine. And I believe they sentenced him to 100 hours of community service. That's pretty much it. And even with this, the mainstream media is still protecting this man. Look here on the AP. This is the title here from the AP. Ray Epps, a target of January 6th conspiracy theories. That's the way they titled that. Gets a year of probation for his Capitol ride role. I mean, this has to be like the softest sentence of anybody involved with January 6th. But where was the conspiracy theory? The man told people to go into the Capitol. He told people to go into the Capitol. And he gets like 1 year probation, nothing. And he has no restrictions on his travel. None. Look here, guys. It says Ray Epps, the man who claimed to have orchestrated the events of January 6th, has been sentenced to a year of probation for his actions. According to the Associated Press, Epps will have to serve 100 hours of community service, but no restrictions were placed on his travel during his probation. Epps also receive a $500 fine. That's it. And by the way, look at this here. This post from Julie Kelly here says, also happening today at D.C. courthouse where oral arguments will be heard in Trump's immunity appeal. Ray Epps will be sentenced by the chief judge of D.C. District Court. Epps, unlike nearly all J6 defendants, gets to phone in his attendance. He will not be present in court. He wasn't even there for his sentencing. Folks, I believe this man was a Fed. Wow. He's appeared remotely, and all he got was a year of probation. Folks, let's watch this video clip here. This is Ray Epps. I believe this is actually the day before. And he is telling people to go into the Capitol, and the people are like calling him a Fed. Listen in.
Tomorrow, we need to go into the Capitol. Into the Capitol. What? No! Peacefully. Fed.
Yeah, they're calling him a Fed.
I don't even like to say it because I'll be arrested.
Well, let's not say it.
We need to go. I'll say it.
All right.
We need to go in.
Shut the fuck up, Boomer.
To the Capitol.
Base Fed posting? All right. We need to go into the Capitol. I didn't see that coming. Okay.
Monument Hill.
Speaking. We are going to the Capitol, where our problems are. It's that direction.
Astonishing, man. He's pointing to the direction. He's telling people to go to the Capitol. Right there.
Spread the word.
All right, noted.
Okay, but one more thing.
Yeah, so can we go up there? No?
When we go in,
Are we going to get arrested if we
leave
go
this
up there?
here. You don't need to get
Should you
shot.
arrest us all?
Look here. He's going to whisper into that guy's eye right there. And then they break the barricade. Right there. Seems like on the orders of Ray Epps. Astonishing, man. Astonishing. This whole thing, definitely a setup. Over 1,200 people have been arrested in connection with the day, with Biden's Department of Justice sentencing around 450 defendants to a combined nearly 850 years in prison by the end of 2023. And by the way, they bring up Enrique Tarrio here. He wasn't even in Washington, D.C. 22 years. Former Proud Boys leader Enrique Tarrio, who was not at the Capitol on January 6th, but was charged with seditious conspiracy for an organizing role, received the longest sentence at 22 years. His co-defendants, Zachary Real, Joe Biggs, and Ethan Nording, all of whom were Proud Boys affiliates, each received between 15 and 18 years in prison. Astonishing. And by the way, Owen Schroyer, 60 days in prison just for being on the grounds at the Capitol. But Ray Epps gets no prison time. That's all you need to know, man. This thing was a setup. A setup. Astonishing, man. People better wake up. They really better wake up, man. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.